What's up, Gustavo? Not gonna lie, when I booted up Bowser yesterday, I wasn't expecting as much variety in the early game. Huh. Well, I guess we'll see. So, I'm really excited to play BN6. I mean, like, this is one of the three that I played as a kid, 3, 5, and 6. And this was the one where I held onto my GBA copy for the longest. I don't know, I mean, you know, for financial reasons, of course, I've sold and traded in a lot of games over the years. Primarily when I was like in middle school and high school, when I started kind of following the industry more closely, but could be version differences. I don't know, we'll see. I just think 6 from a gameplay front is like probably the best in the series, even though I think I like Double Souls better than Crosses. You're doing good, Gustavo? I'm doing alright, man. Can't complain too much. I'm almost done with Team Proto Man. I'm literally on the last Dark Chip comp. I was playing a little bit of that before I started streaming, but let's just go ahead and dive right in.
All right, let's go.
Not much more to say, but yeah, like shit slaps. But BN5, you know, I bailed on, got double team later on. 3, I probably just traded in for financial reasons, and then 6, again, was the one I held on to for the longest, but I don't think I have my copy of it anymore. I think the only Game Boy cartridges I still have are like Ruby, because I just sold my Pokemon Gold cartridge. I'd probably go for like the EverDrive. I'd probably go for like the EverDrive options or like whatever it is, flash carts, if I were to play on original hardware. But dude, the GBA SP, it's so small. Like, it is so tiny. I cannot believe I used to play on that thing. Obviously, I was like, you know, 7 when I got it, but the updated portraits are nice. We haven't seen Miss Mari since BN3, I want to say? Because BN4 and 5 don't take place during school. Because they just kind of like retconned the school out of AC/DC town in those games. Although this game too, technically, but we're moving, so. Should have invested in an SP, got a micro instead. I really wanted a micro when I was a kid because I was just fascinated with that like super compact thing. But thinking about it now, I'm like, man, that thing's got to be impossible to play for a grown human. Like, even the fucking Joy-Cons on the Switch make me feel like a fucking giant. Like, I need an Xbox controller for... I haven't tried the Pro Controller, mind you, but I need something substantial. I like how Dex is giving him shit because Dex was the one who moved away in 3. Gee, thanks. And as far as Battle Network videos, I need a little more time to finish Chrono Trigger, which I'm working through. Because I got, like, Sea of Stars took my attention away for the past week. Like, almost all of my gaming time went towards that. And because I need to ruminate more on my thoughts on Chrono Trigger anyway. I'm not quite done with it, but I'm thinking that next week I'm gonna do the Battle Network 7 video. That's kind of what I'm planning right now. Sea of Stars spoiler video this weekend. I gotta I gotta record a little bit more for that and kind of piece it together, but that should be pretty doable. And then BN7 video next week. And then ideally Chrono Trigger the following week, but I don't want to make too many promises on specifics. Dude, Lan's dad is looking a lot younger in this portrait. I don't know if it's just the angle or what. Or he's not, like, you know, bound and gagged by Regal. That's probably has something to do with it. You totally thought we would never go back to AC/DC when you saw this as a kid? I thought the same thing. I fucking love when you go back to AC/DC in the late game. Like, I thought that was really cool. But I guess today, because I'm like, I don't know how to describe this. I like for my playlists on YouTube to be like certain numbers, you know? So like with the Zelda streams, I wanted to make sure that it hit 40 and it wasn't like 39 videos, you know? And so I'm hoping to get this playthrough done in 5 streams. So that'll be 32 streams total. Like 32 in the playlist, which is like a nice, like, roundish number that will not bother me. If it was like a 31 or a 29, I would be like forever annoyed whenever I have to look at that on my channel. But I think it's doable. I kind of mapped it out, and I'm thinking Blast and Dive Man today, which is quite a bit, but you know, it's BN6, it's gonna be a fun time. Blast and Dive Man. And then the following stream, I think I said like Judge and Element, or maybe just Judge, I forget. And then like Element Man, and then the stuff leading up to the final thing, and then the final thing, something along those lines. I usually just play these things by ear, but when we get to the last game in the series, it's like, I want to make sure it kind of rounds off nicely. Oh, Circus Man, that's right, because he doesn't have a dungeon, that's why. That's what the plan was, I think, is like do Circus and Judge Man, then Element Man, then all of like the ancillary stuff before the expo, and then do the expo last. Because there's one arc in there, maybe it's up to Circus Man for the second stream. Because there's one arc in this game that has like a lot of shit going on before you actually fight the boss. Oh no, Colonel, I forgot about Colonel. That's it. Colonel is the end of part 4, is the kind of the plan. That's it. So Blast Man, Dive Man today. Circus Man and Element Man. Or no, maybe... No, sorry, Circus and Judge, then Element, then Colonel, then Finale. That's it. That was a very convoluted way of explaining that. Do I have to, like, examine anything in the room? No. Can I jack into the toilet yet? No. Gotta do the tutorial first. Oh, that's right, we have the cyber dog that we gotta fight. I'm guessing this is a talk to everyone thing. Hey bro, you ever heard of virus busting? Didn't even let me answer. Alright, this is all just tutorial text. The secret behind the tree and green area. Yes, I'm going to fight base as soon as I possibly can, because I always do that when I play this game. It's fun. New large forehead kid. Yeah, I kind of... I don't know, I like that they made new character models for the random NPCs. Sick. And the comps aren't completely square. Alright, I'm skipping the tutorial cutscenes. Here we go, Mega Man. Mega Man's got a new fighting stance, too. Clean as hell. Alright, now we got an area grab wide sword. As much as I would love a new game to give you the option to skip the tutorial, it's like so iconic to this series and such a meme that I'm like, I don't know. That's like one of those things where I'm like, it would be kind of fun to want that, but at the same time it's like, I don't know, I'm not so entitled when it comes to new games that it like has to be exactly made to my demands. I just like making predictions and talking about that shit. Not even predictions, but just like, wouldn't it be cool if this, this, and that? Alright, I'm not gonna fuck this up this time. I'm gonna pick the air shot first. Because I always forget during the full synchro tutorial that you start in full synchro. Wow, I nailed it. Only took me 3 games. What am I fighting for? Forget the exact quote from X4. This isn't happening. There's gonna be... Oh, I guess Colonel was in BN5. That's the first main series, or Battle Network main series reference to the X games, because I know Zero was in Network Transmission, but that's a spin-off of a spin-off. Oh yeah, we're gonna check for mystery datas. Gotta remember to do that with all the spare comps and whatnot. And I gotta say, I guess this applies to all of these games, if you're like just trying to like finish them without worrying about the story shit, which I mostly have been doing on my second playthroughs of 3, 4, and 5, with some exceptions. Is that like my in-game playtime is so much less. Like, I think I'm gonna finish BN5, I'm on the last Dark Chip comp, and my game time's like 9 hours. I guess it helps that I play through like the one version on stream, and then with that refreshed knowledge, I'm playing the other version off stream. Oh, I just hit finish reading, never mind. I think it was in 5 or 4 that you have to just select one. Oh my god. Toilet? No, later. Let's do this shit. I really like the way that they connected the net in this game. And how you have shortcuts that you need to use the other navis to get through. Yeah, like, because I've been skipping the cutscenes and stuff, which obviously cuts down a lot. But it's also like I'm not wasting time. Well, okay, sometimes I go the wrong way because the mine or an island and some other locations are just kind of confusing to navigate if you're not paying attention completely. But for the most part, I'm like remembering where to go from my streams, so that definitely helps. And you know, this reminds me a lot of BN2. the way the net is like visually. Oh shit, we have an actual map? Why do I not remember this? I mean, I know the layouts of a lot of these areas really well. Some program advanced chips are in green mystery data. I'll keep an eye out. We got a blue mini energy. Oh, that's a Japanese exclusive thing. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. That's weird, because Americans have always been marketed as like the dumb ones when what's it called? When localizing games, and so I'm surprised that they got the maps and we didn't. But now we have them. And that's another reason why I think maybe Double Team is still the best way to play BN5. Because I think you have a map on the other screen, but it's been so long since I've played Double Team that I can't really remember. But I'm like 95% sure that's true. Also, Crackshot is so heat. Oh, we need... Oh, so we need to fight Mets. Okay. I seem to remember this now. I'm used to just having the chip already. Oh, we can just do this. Nice. And it doesn't require a certain code. Wow. Alright, can I don't quite have enough. Spreader L. Tank Cannon Yo-Yo. I do find it interesting how, like, Yo-Yo is not... Like, you don't have incremental Yo-Yo chips, you just have one. Reflector is busted. Is it like... I guess I'll figure it out eventually, but is it any different than, like, the other ones? Or maybe it's because a lot of Reflect chips in the series do a set amount of damage, right? Like, I want to say in BN4, it does like 50 or something like that. But maybe this one does the exact damage back? I meant to select the other cannon. God damn it. Reflect C. Yeah, I was like, where are we going? I'll figure it out. Mini bomb R. Gross. Wait, am I supposed to talk with everyone on the net? That's oh man. That's something I've got to touch on in the BN7 video, is like just that shit. The things that we all turn the other way for in this series. The more you use it, the more it'll be apparent. I'll sub one in my folder in a second and see. How can I not run from this? Really? I don't know if that's gonna go through or not. It did, nice. Alright, just gonna get the blue. And of course, the first rush bone that I get, I'm using in Sky area. key data. Guess that's later. Yeah, I'll mess around with the folder. Oh my god, if I could run from, like, anything. Although in reality, I probably should just be, like, fighting viruses early on for, cash. I mean, I guess if I get the counter with the mini-bomb... Nice. Rush food is accessible during Skytown. Yeah, I always like to, whenever I get one of them, the first one I like to use is that shortcut to the undernet. It makes going from Sky area to the undernet way easier. And it's kind of... It's one of those nice things, and oh my god. It makes backtracking a lot less tedious. I guess I'll go for the green mystery data, right? Might as well. Oh, damn it, I don't have anything to use here. Yeah, I want to say maybe, is one of them at the end of like an invisible path or something? I know where some of the invisible paths are. I mean, in reality, I probably have more of this game memorized than BN5, if only because I probably relied on the map in Double Team. Whereas in 6, you didn't really have that option. Chat with everyone. I'm kind of fucking this up because I don't remember who I've talked to and who I haven't. Let's just do this. I feel like the counter is a little more forgiving in this game, maybe, which is not a bad thing. I want to say I haven't talked to this guy before. Fuck, okay. Damn it. And I have to backtrack again. I keep losing track of what I'm doing because of the encounters. But what else is new? Although I gotta say, I still think... I was thinking about how I feel about BN5, and I'm like, BN5 has a lot of stupid backtracking, but all of these games have stupid backtracking, so I'm like, how much do I really want to hold that against it when picking my number one, you know? I think Metars have more frames. Okay, it may depend on the viruses, that makes sense, yeah. And it makes sense that early viruses are probably a little more forgiving. But, like, 5 is so damn good. I mean, it's easily one of my favorites in the series. Not that you can really go wrong. And, like, oh, man. Like, 3 is so fucking good, but it also has press and energy change being kind of annoying. But I maybe would take that over the BN5 backtracking debatably, but 3 has a fair amount too, and I'm like, shit, ranking these games again is gonna be tough. But I want to include the Star Force games this time, so at least I don't have to do it, like, for a while. Yeah, let's just progress to the next day. But I still hold that, like, I'm definitely more Team Colonel over Team Proto Man now that I'm almost done with Proto Man too. You think how easily you 100% at BN5 it would make your number one. You've yet to. I hate that this reaction thing is blocking. Wait, let me see if I can actually. Yo, can I like expand these windows? Here we go. Aha, that's better. Okay, OBS doesn't want to shrink for some reason. What the fuck? That's very weird. I can just have the chat up front though. I make your number one. You have to start the post game for BN3. Yeah, I've only done as much post game of BN3 as needed to get all the achievements, which is like getting to the bug frag trader. Which, oh my god, that was heinous. And you know you can't save scum the bug frag trader or the chip traders in these games. I don't know if that's a new thing. It has to be for the Legacy Collection, right? That definitely was not a thing in the original versions, I think. Because like if you try to save and then use the chip trader and then you reload, you're going to be missing that chip. It auto saves for you. It's odd. I never remember that being a thing. But that meant that I needed like, because isn't it 10 bug frags per bug frag trade, and so you need to use it, I want to say like 20 times for the achievement. And so I had to like rack up, maybe it wasn't 200, but it was, or no, maybe it was like 5 per trade, and so you need 100 bug frags for the bug frag trader. Something along those lines. That was a thing? BN1 could be save scummed. Still somehow got base from Higgsby's chip trader, that's wild. Dude, that would save you so much time for the achievements on the Legacy Collection, because you don't need to fight base. You just need, Life Aura and you need base, the base chip, if you're talking about BN1. Which, you know, you can only get Life Aura and base from base, unless we're talking chip traders. Alright, time to meet Mick the Prick. This shit is so stupid. But also, like, is maybe somewhat accurate to how bumbling a lot of school systems can be. Then you are an intruder. Shit's funny though. One download and one lucky trade. Oh yeah, that's right, it's a download chip. And I'm also not sure how to feel about this game's story in the early game. I think where it goes by the end is cool, but it feels almost like a parody of the older BN games, which can be fun in its own right, but like Mr. Mock is and he's got a fire navy as your first dungeon. Like, yeah, you can view it as soft reboot, I guess, but it just feels kind of like lesser than story-wise compared to like BN2, for instance. And especially 3, but like particularly 2 and 3, which kind of share a similar structure to this game. You were disappointed when it was a multi-hit? I forget how base works in the first game, because his chip always changes. But I will say about BN5, though, I think it has the best dungeons, by far. Because we've already talked about how, like, 3 has solid dungeons, but there's not that many of them. Yeah, we've got a Flashman-like scenario and a Beastman. Exactly. It's like... It's a little bit too rote, I think. Thankfully, the gameplay kicks ass, but that's really once you get past these first 2 arcs. That's what I remember, too. Is even when I was a kid, I remember, like, thinking BN6 is really good once you get past the first 2 arcs, which you could debatably say the same for, like, BN5, for instance, because you don't get your first double soul until then. But I like the dungeons early on. Like, I like the Scilab comp, and I like the drill comp a lot, in particular. I really love the drill comp as, like... Technically, it's a second dungeon, but, you know... And the dungeons here aren't, like, bad, it's just, like, we've kind of seen them before. But then once you get past Dive Man, you get the Navicust. Maybe you get the Navicust beforehand, but it's around that time. Then you get Heat Cross or Aqua Cross. And then things really start to open up. Then you get the Psy Beast transformation in the next arc. Alright, so I can't explore quite yet. Oh, this kid, that's right. You love the drill comp. Leaving out your RE5 Chris Redfield dream of punching boulders, that's hilarious. Which came out first? I want to say BN5 came out first, right? Before RE5? Yeah, no, it had to have been, because RE4 was like 2004, I think, and so was BN5, so yeah. That's funny. Dude, I know people want, like, Code Veronica remake, which I think would be cool. I'm not familiar, but I'd be down, because I like the RE remakes in general. But I'm interested to see that RE5 remake if it ever happens, because they've got to keep some of the crazy shit like the punching boulders, but I don't know. I'm very intrigued. Also, side note, the green shirt kid reminds me of fucking Sheen from Jimmy Neutron. And, like, Luigi, kind of. He's quite the fearless guy. I can tell he has a lot of faith in his net battling skills. But reckless net battling is a no-no. God forbid a teacher hacks into the thing and tries to blow up the school. That's a big no-no, ladies and gents. I also thought, like, these games aren't like Shakespeare by any means, but I remember just, like, the writing in this game in particular, at least early on, just feel very... It's just rote. The story in general is just very rote for a while. Shiniji, yeah. Fucking Mick. He's a little grouchy, but he's not a bad guy. He's literally got, like, an evil guy scar on his face. And I also think it's missed potential. Like, Mick and Tab... You know what it is? I just think Mick is, like, a shit character for most of the game. Like, he's such a... Like, you wish you were as cool as Sasuke. Like, but you're not. He's, like, trying so hard to be like that Sasuke archetype, but he just doesn't pull it off. And like, Mick and Tab not having unique navis either is, like, a missed opportunity, too. Because I don't buy them as, like, actual characters when they just have normal navs. Or I guess Mick has, like, a orange or red normal navi, but it's still a normal navi. Mr. Mock seems like he can do anything. Maybe. What the fuck is this dialogue? Like, I love this game. Like, this game's great, gameplay-wise, don't get it twisted. And the story... I'm like repeating myself, but once we get, like... It's really not until, like, the kind of late game, like past Element Man, where I feel like... You made it to Circus Man and still found him pretty meh. Tab seemed like... Tab is such an NPC, and, like, both literally and figuratively. Yeah, he just becomes, like, Higsby, but not an actual character like Higsby is. Yeah, they kind of suck. But it's all good. Because you play this game for the gameplay primarily anyway, but... And, like, late game story, like I keep saying, goes places when... Like, at what point? Because, like, even at Element Man, it's still, like, very villain of the week, like, very cliche. We've seen this before, even in Battle Network. Several times over, and it's been done better in, like, BN3 and even 2. So I guess really once... It's really just like the Colonel arc when you go into the crater. Like, once you go into the crater, I feel like the game's story actually gets good. And that's like the main thing that kind of holds this game back from making like automatic #1 for me. Which I know might be weird because like Battle Network is very gameplay centric. But I've talked about it tons of times before that like story and characters are important to me. Funny enough, Tab's Navi is the sub-chip dealer Navi. Oh, interesting. That's kind of a neat tie-in, actually. Huh. Let's say to everyone in your class. Okay. It's Shiniji. Wait. Oh, that's 6'2", that's why. Aren't you a little young for this class? Well, I guess Yagi also exists. You only really have one chance to see him during virus busting class. I'll keep an eye out. Show me what you've got then. Shut up. So is that Tabs guy in the middle? No, that makes sense, actually. Because Mix is right in front of us, and then Tabs is in the center, and then everyone else is just girl Navi, guy Navi kind of thing. Let's get this virus-busting class started. In this box, why are you speaking in caps? That are around your level. So who's got the guts to give these a go? It's... What the hell? Why are you talking like that, dog? Your mouth looks weird, too. I'm just gonna take the piss, because, like... We're here for the gameplay, man. We're here for, like, fucking Psybeast transformation cross shenanigans. I didn't set a reg chip, I gotta do that. Alright, if only I could've... Oh, well, I had the buster up, so that helps. That was clean. I also quite like the Navi, like, exams that you do for the crosses. Those are really good. And honestly, the dungeons in this game, even though we've kind of seen them before, are good. I like Judge Man's quite a bit. Judge Man's is probably my favorite dungeon from this one. Like, Element Man's has a cool gimmick, but it's kind of a short dungeon, all things considered. But I think that's maybe mostly because you don't get into encounters as much. You're so in tune with Circus Man Omega's attack patterns that you almost died to the first one, because he's so much slower, yeah. No, I feel that. I kind of felt that in... Well, there was some in, like... BN4, even on stream, where I was like, they were moving so slowly that it was hard for me to, like... Because you have to, like, slow down to their level, you know? If you're moving too fast and are too twitchy, you're gonna fuck up and, like, miss your shots. And over-predict and stuff like that. It's kind of just like laddering on Pokemon Showdown, which I don't do as often as I probably should. But it's like when you're on low ladder, you have to assume that people aren't going to switch out, people aren't going to know how certain mechanics work, and so you have to kind of play at that level in some ways. Like, just attack what's in front of you, stuff like that. But then as you get higher on the ladder, you have to start predicting. But you don't want to over-predict, and that becomes like a whole thing. And it's kind of like that with Battle Network, except it's in real time and it's not turn-based, obviously. See, any character that says shut up, shut up, shut up, like Udasai, Udasai, like over and over and over again, I'm like, you shut up. Well, it sounds cooler in Japanese, to be fair, but... Because I'm saying that, and I'm pretty sure Sasuke probably said something like that, and I fucking love Sasuke as a character, so, you know. Biases and all that, I guess. Whoa. You missed a life sword while in beast form? That's tough, man. Yeah, shit like that. Glad you didn't do so much damage. That's the thing, too, is like, you don't really get punished that badly in most of those instances. And especially with, like, how versatile and quick the combat is in this game, like, on your end. That, yeah, when you're facing those low-level bosses, it does... that discrepancy is felt way more than, like, BN3, I think, for instance, where your folder's not as diverse, and you don't have as much... and as many tools at your disposal for, like, Flashman and Beastman, and so those fights still feel kind of real, in a way, and not like you have a huge advantage, necessarily. Copy bots are cool. I guess I gotta consider when I'm talking about a hypothetical BN7 is like what the tech is gonna look like. Are we gonna have nabbies running around with copy bots all the time? Like that's gonna be much more of a common thing, probably. And stuff like that. But when it comes to like those intricacies, I'm like, I usually am just like, yeah, whatever the devs think is best is like fine with me. I don't have like a specific set of criteria that needs to be there as far as lore and story and stuff like that. Pretty much ever. It's the same thing with something like Persona 6. Which is like, I just have no fucking clue what that game, from like a visual style, obviously it's gonna look like Persona, but like, what's the color scheme, what's the story gonna be based around, like what's kind of the twist, what's the difference between it in 3, 4, and 5, and I don't fucking care. Whatever it is gonna be what it's gonna be. But, you know, gameplay-wise, then you have things where you're like, okay, maybe improve this, tweak how Baton Pass works, etc., etc. Completely forgot about copy bots before you booted up Bowser. Yeah, I wouldn't say I forgot about them, but it's one of those things where I'm like, oh yeah, copy bots are like really fucking cool. I kind of wish you could do more with them besides just, like, story segments, though. Wow, it's like Hub didn't die. Tragically. Pinch. Why put Pinch in the dialogue if you have an animation for it, though? That was a little bit weird. I wish I could go terrorize the town. That'd be funny. Who did your customizations? I don't have the Navi cust yet. What are you talking about? Enjoy this one while you can. Shut up. Sure, Tab. Sure, buddy. Sure, buddy. Give him a little pat on the back, like, you're doing your best. A little ruffle on the hair, you know? Noogie. You're doing your best, Tab. I got you. This school has a couple you can use, so don't worry. When I set it on fire later, it'll come in handy. I'm not even really sure what Mock's angle is. I'm forgetting if he's like a double agent or if he just... Well, he's a double agent for sure, but it's like... Is he genuinely on Wily's side to begin with and then flips his switch? Or was he always a double? Yeah. Oh, Tab, don't you mean sub-chips? That's funny as fuck. And so true. I mean, he did just say chips, right? He didn't say battle chips per se, so... Oh, shit. Super secret 100-hand punch. He just got bodied by a fucking maid robot. Well, it's a security bot, but it reminds me of the maid from the Jetsons. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the inspiration, actually, because it looks a lot like that character. You want to say Mock had a reason, had to do with his daughter. I wouldn't be surprised if he got blackmailed by Wily. Or one of the other guys. That kind of sounds about right. I'd use the copy bot. Now I forget... Do I have to go interact with the Teacher's Lounge first, or can I talk to him first? I'm gonna try talking to Mock first. I think I have to try to get over there. Or no, wait. Yeah, that's right. We do this first. We get the bucket. That was a very efficient way of using the bucket. Bam, 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 ba, da, da, da. Bam, bam, bam. Beep, beep, bam. Bam, bam, bam. I just remember hearing this on loop at the end. It's like these panic themes are good, but it's like the fact that they used to play all through post-game was really annoying. I still can't go in here. Oh, we're blocked in. This guy reminds me of someone for some reason. God, that's Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents. Kind of. Six is probably your favorite Panic track. Three drives you nuts, and four is in four. I'm trying to remember. I'd have to listen to them again, especially because I have like music pumping through my ears right now. Dungeon themes slap in this game, though, I gotta say. I remember this. Slaps. Oh, that's bullshit. Come on. That's not how cover works. Well, I guess unless the fireballs are going over the top, then I guess Cannon C can be through a Green Mystery Data. Oh, I will make sure I grab all of those just in case. But this is a blue HP Mem, very nice. I do want to get. I want to get fire chips for use when we get, That's fine too. Wait a second, I'm trying to remember. Cursor... Isn't Erase Man a cursor type? Cannon Star is in the next comp, okay. Alright, we got the Cannon C. That's actually fire. Oh, we can name! That's cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure... Okay, Erase Man is Cursor, so we're getting Cursor chips. Obviously, by the time we get Erase Cross, we're gonna want better ones, but... Let's try to sub out some of the shittier chips, if possible. Let's see here, we got Vulcan 1, lots of regular swords. I don't know if I have enough to sub all these out, but White Capsule is cool. And Crack Shot is so much better than Panel Crack. It's not even funny. That's how it should have been in the first place. Then Gut Soul wouldn't be so, like, mid. I guess we definitely take some reflectors, but where are my best chips? T? I mean, I don't have any synergy, but at this point, who cares? We'll take a Thunder. I will take Reflector A, Cannon C. Let me double check here. I probably... do I want to run duplicate cannons? I guess I don't really have a choice right now. We need 4 more. I'll take the sword back. I'll take... Do I have any L's? No. I guess I just take L, sword L for now, and then... I guess we'll take mini bombs. I really don't like having them in there, but I don't have anything better, really. We got a program advance, so that is very nice. Yeah, I do think it's kind of funny that, oh, I should have done this on the Vulcan, that's my bad. It didn't matter. What's it called? I think it's cool how Erase Man is called, like, Killer Man or something in Japan. And, like, of course they had to change that. I'm gonna skip these ancillary cutscenes. Oh, this is the wrong way. Whoops. Wait, so I should technically... I guess it doesn't matter. Late, okay. Another fire hit F. Oh balls, we're gonna get hit. That's fine. Oh, we're gonna get that green over there too. And I'm probably gonna... Oh, I guess the fire's gone. What I like to do with this dungeon, though, is, like, jack out and jack back in. Because, you know. Oh, what? Oh, that's right. Hearing Killer Man as a kid made me think how much more it fits. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, Erase is just like a more PG or G-rated way to say that. In fewer characters, even. In fact, I wonder if Killer Man was abbreviated. Because that seems like it would be more characters than usual for a Battle Network name. Don't we talk to Mick Snappy now? No, we talk to Mick first. I know he's here. Oh, we talked to him multiple times, don't we? Wait a second. See, it's shit like this where I'm like, I love Battle Network so much, but if these games weren't, like, a BN7 could so easily be the best one just by eliminating a lot of this nonsense of, like, talk to the NPC multiple times to trigger the thing so that you can actually do the thing even though you know where to go. It's like all these prerequisites, the backtracking, it does get to you on top of like the random encounters and shit. But I love these games anyway. It's like, you love the games despite the problems. Because the problems aren't really that significant. I blame this on Mick, same. Let's go. Does this cancel the flames? Nice. Shit slaps. Recovery 30, I mean that's better than like a mini bomb IMO. Although we got those fire hits. Let me think. I guess I counterattack the Met. Oh, you bitch. That was bad. Also, that was terrible. Okay. Whoops. I made a mistake. It's fine though. So now I do kind of like these boss panels, the skull panels. They kind of take me out of it a little bit because like you know, who put these there? It's like a very video gamey thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if a criticism of these games was that it's hard to tell when you're going to enter a battle or cutscene or like whatever. As someone who's played these games many times, I know where the triggers are for boss fights, so I know when to save. But I could see like back in the day, especially critics, because we all know how, you know, journalist types are, maybe complaining that like they didn't save for a while and they lost to a boss or whatever without knowing to save beforehand. They've been asked for, you think? Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. It's a nice addition overall. Whoops. I don't know why I said whoops. That wasn't necessarily a mistake. Oh, I need to put a reg chip down. Hold up. How much is Buster up? 11? Oh, we're just shy of being able to do that. That's annoying. I guess we'll take area grab. What? I can't tag chip yet, right? Isn't that... That's later. And I want to say, your tag chip can't be... Or wait, can your tag chip be tagged to your reg chip, or does it have to be something else? Because I'm trying to remember how that works. I know it's like, if you draw this chip, then the tag chip always gets drawn with it. Or maybe it's what, you select two chips, and they always show up together? I don't remember. No, that's gotta be how it works. Okay, that shit is nuts. That's like I was fucking around with the Proto Soul in BN5, and I'm like, man, that shield that you can use is so busted. It's kind of similar to Reflector in that way. Alright, Blast Man time. Wait, I'll just do this. That's lame. I also kind of hate that I need one more reg up for Buster Up. It pierces too? Okay, yeah. Better than the Reflect program already, makes sense. That does make sense. We can use that mini energy. I don't know that it's gonna matter against this guy, but might as well. Blast Man is pretty easy. Oh, we get Surge of Power though, which is a fucking banger. I thought these were always in the center. Maybe that's only for his rematch, though? I don't have Life Sword, so I'm just gonna... Alright, go middle here. Go middle front. I really want this sword damage on him. Can you, like... Go front row for... Not there, though. Oh, you're a bitch. Okay. Okay, now I know that he actually stays still for a second when he does that. Surge of power makes SP farming more doable. That's fair, yeah. Sub 1 minute, not bad. I do kind of like that you don't know who Blastman's operator is, or it's not revealed to you until later. Especially because Mach looks like a victim during this scenario. The narration's interesting. That was not a thing prior to this game, I want to say. So you have changed then. No way, freak. Shut up. What a douche. He does not remind me of Dex. I mean, like, honestly, Dex is... Dex has his moments where he's not one-dimensional, but most of his appearances aren't, like, particularly substantial outside of, like, BN3, in my opinion. See, this is the localization thing, where I'm sure that he calls him, like, Senpai or something. Which seems like a little bit less weird than Mr. when you're a kid, because, like, they'll call, like, even if someone's a year older, you would call them Senpai. At least based on persona. Like, I don't fucking know. I would assume that's a real thing. Graffiti. Or San, yeah, instead, yeah, that's true. It could be San instead of just calling him Lan. Later, freak. Shut up. He's a rebel, so him giving that to you shows he's sorry. Okay. These guys are so nothing. They're such nothing characters, it's like not even funny. Thankfully they're not like that prominent past the first couple arcs, but yeah. Damn. Let me think. I already did this blackboard. Are there any other spare comps I can do? I know Quiz Kid shows up here. I don't think I've done this blackboard. Maybe this was the one I did, though. We'll check anyway. Let me see if I can pull this off. Not quite. Got that one, though. Oh, this was the purple mystery data, that's right. That's right, but I got the other blackboard, I want to say. I want to see if there's a camera that we can jack into, though. So I want to keep an eye out for that. Maybe that's later, though. I want to... Maybe that is later. For Judge Man's thing. Yeah, I think that's correct. I don't know if the desks have anything for me. Oh, this one. Can't wait for Star Force to give us the story. Star Force 2, not so much. Yeah, I can't say I remember too much about the narrative stuff in those games. How is 3's story any good? I know people love Star Force 3 for the gameplay, but is the story? 1 and 3 for sure. Okay, cool. I'm down. I go in here. I thought there was a comp in here. I want to say there's something in one of these desks, but maybe I'm just thinking of Mix. Navi. Can't go in here yet. Can't go up there yet. What I don't remember so much is where, like, reg ups are and the like. Star Force 3 gives off BN3 and 6 vibes. Like, imagine a Battle Network game with those two mixed together. Interesting. I'm intrigued, because that's like that's the only one I haven't played any of. And 2, I don't think I ever... I don't remember if I finished 2 or not. I'll probably be able to remember once I play a bit of it. But those first 2 games kind of blend together, sort of. I don't know why I'm yawning. We already did dog comp. We did toilet comp yet? No. I think that's story related. Kinda smell like smoke. Lan was fucking toking in the bathroom at school. Oh, that's right, I remember this vaguely. I'm not really sure why they differentiated male here versus... Yes. The classic. Have any other R's? Mini-bomb R? Eh. What's my shittiest chip? Mini-bomb? Oh, and then I have the fire chips too. Let me see... Just 2 fire hits. Spreader M. I don't have any other Fs, but... I would rather cut this, probably, because there's no synergy there either. And shit, even the recovery 30 I would maybe take over, like, something, maybe. Like 4 swords is like, that's a Zelda game, that's not a folder, you know, like no one runs 4 swords in their folder, that's ridiculous. Now 4 wide swords in the early game could be actually pretty decent, but regular swords, never been a fan, aside from Life Sword. Synergy. Yeah, the game's mocking me. That's great. I just want to be able to reg Buster up. That's what I'm waiting on. Four Swords is a Zelda game, you'll note that one down. Yeah. You know, I think there's some contention as to whether that game is a spin-off or not. But I'm like... See, I want to do a mainline Zelda tier list because apparently I want to, like, trigger a bunch of people. But, I feel confident in my list for me personally. So I don't really give a shit what other people are gonna say, but... And I'm gonna try to be fair, but, like, when has being fair on the internet ever stopped trolls or, like... I don't know, ignorant people from getting pissy that someone has a different opinion from them? Never. That's the answer. But I'm probably gonna exclude the Four Swords games, realistically. Because for one, I've played... which one? I want to say Four Swords Adventures is the GameCube one, but I always get them confused. I played the one that was bundled in with the Link to the Past on the GBA, which might have been Adventures. And that one also got a 3DS port temporarily during like the Skyward Sword era. What was up with this? There's a picture of a Navi digging a hole in a place with a wide green road where a shadow falls. Isn't that here? No, maybe it's in Area 1. Hold up. TP is your number 1. Same here, my guy. TP is peak. My favorite Zelda game ever. And like, I love the N64 games too, but that number 1 spot is like so easily Twilight Princess. You still haven't picked up Tears of the Kingdom. There's some funny spacing, so it is there then. Okay. Oh wait, it's... I'm just gonna like mash A. Oh, that's weird. You still haven't picked up Tears though, despite it looking better than Breath of the Wild. I thought it was better than Breath of the Wild, but it still is not really my cup of tea, I will say. And that's like the main contention that's going to be... That would be on my tier list, is that the 2 open world Zeldas are not going to rank super highly. They're not going to rank like... Well, Breath of the Wild's going to rank kind of low, but... At the same time, it's like, is there really such thing as a bad Zelda game? Like, maybe Zelda 2, debatably? I don't particularly care for Zelda 2, but I like its ambition, and I like its ideas. Execution's a little questionable, but it's neat, because it's different. But, like, beyond that, I mean... There are Zelda games that I don't care for, but would I say that they're, like, bad games? Probably not. And so it's really like when you're comparing a series that is so consistent in quality, it's just like when I did Mega Man Classic tier list, where like some games have to be at the bottom of a list. Like that's just how a list works. And so even if they're very similar, and even if I don't like dislike them or think they're bad, they're gonna have to rank low. Like something is gonna have to rank low. TP made riding horses fun. Always ride on a... Yeah, dude. I mean, I love pretty much everything about TP. I mean, I freaking replayed it on the channel, and that was... I probably love it more now than I ever have, having just replayed it a couple months ago. The Hyrule Horns, yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, I love pretty much everything about that game. But I'm gonna try not to talk about, like, too much detail, because I want to save it for the tier list. I want to save that energy. Let's get down to business. Please don't copyright flag me. See, this is the interesting stuff in the story. It's kind of like BN4 in a way, except BN4's meteor shit is like just fluff also. But it's like the background plot, like the B plot with Lan's dad, is way more interesting than whatever Lan is doing. And I forget if Lan's dad knew that the mayor was evil the entire time. Spoiler alert for a game that isn't particularly narrative focused, but even though this is only one part, it's more than enough to complete the task. Yeah, I don't know if Dr. Hikari was like in on Kane being affiliated with Wily or something. I think they touch on that later. And that's why he was suspicious, or if he was just being overly cautious regardless. Because he trusted Regal in BN4, but that's like, that's a fever dream. That's not real. Oh, that's right, the penguin. I think this subplot is kind of dumb, but I like penguins. They're cute. You don't know nothing, so you know something. I know nothing about this bird. This Boyd. He likes you. What a strange pigeon. This fucking dumbass. BN4 isn't real. True. If it's not real, it can't hurt me anymore. And you know, as much as I think like a remake of BN4 could actually be really good, this is one of those series where I really don't want them to do a remake. And I just want them to make a new one, straight up. I'm like, these games are now accessible, they hold up fine. Some of them have questionable design stuff, sure, like 1 and 4 have some questionable shit. More so than the other games. Really all of them have something that's a little bit questionable, but 1 and 4 in particular. And so it's like, just make a new one that doesn't have any of those problems, or at least diminishes most of them. I might record that BN7 video this weekend. That might be the plan. Penguin, pelican, pigeon, yeah. All the pea birds. Puffin. See, what I don't like about this is that we don't... Who is the biology teacher? Like, we don't know that. I only know this because I played this game, like, too many times. Isn't he... Isn't it one of the nerdy guys, or is it this green shirt guy? I think it's him. Yeah. They would eat fish, I suppose. The biology teacher has AIDS. Poor guy. Forgot the biology teacher. I forget who the aide is. Is he at the end of the hallway? No, wait, he's sitting at a desk. I think. I'm gonna talk to everyone just in case, but I think he's one of the Luigi guys. Energy Bomb K for a double shot C. Sure. It's not you. Oh, I thought so. That's right, we go to the bus station. I forget if we pay him or fight viruses, or both. Yeah, I think we fight viruses here, maybe. Let's do it. Yep, Sheen EG NPC. That's the official name now. Let me think. I guess I'm gonna be stuck charge shotting a lot anyway. Actually... Yeah, just do this, because you always want to one-shot these pufferfish. Or at least do them... hit them with as few attacks as possible. I will say the virus variety is definitely up there. Early game. Like, it's like I was saying, the combat in this game is fucking great. And debatably the best in the series. It just depends on, like, preference of mechanics, really. But I think at its core is probably the best. I do find it kind of odd that they swapped the terminology with double souls and crosses. I guess because they're different mechanics. But they function pretty... or, in-universe, they're pretty much the same. You know, they're really similar in how they function. Check the BBS. No more locking higher tiers of viruses to post-game. Yeah, dude. Literally. That's the thing. I'd love for difficulty modes to come back for the series. I think that makes a lot of sense, but it needs to be like... They can do an easy mode, I guess, because, you know, these games are hard for people who haven't grown up with them, I think. And for just getting into them, I could see them being steep. There's a steep learning curve. Because there's not really much like this. And so, I think an easy mode makes sense, and then normal mode needs to play like a regular Battle Network campaign. Ideally, the level curve would be a little higher than usual, at least by mid to late game, ideally. But then you have hard mode for that, where like coming out the gate, you actually have to strategize and shit. So let's check Seaside area BBS. So I need to go through here. But I'm like... 4 and 5 have the worst viruses, Bomb Boy. Bomb Boys are pretty annoying, and the hit detection on them is weird. You've seen some first-time BN streamers, and it definitely is difficult for them. It definitely does. It does put things in perspective, as someone who's been playing these games for, like, a long time. 20 years, probably. Yeah, probably exactly 20 years, because I want to say it was 03 that I got my first Battle Network game. That would add up, yeah. Bumbush Chip in 4 is useless. Can't move it until 5. I never used it in 4, but the only thing I would ever use it for is a Colonel Soul sacrifice. Like, that's the only thing. And you know, I mentioned this last stream, I like Colonel Soul a lot. It's got some problems, but it's pretty fun to mess around with. I don't know how practical it is, you know, but the spider, like the spiders in BN4, I remember those being annoying, yeah, if you can't, like, one-shot them. They were pretty obnoxious. Although, admittedly, because I'm not the biggest fan of 4, I would just, I was Buster Maxing my way through the other playthroughs for the most part. For the hand bomb viruses, yeah, that's fair. More reflectors. Alright, so we gotta go to Seaside. Can I buy... Or wait a second, this is just sub chips, that's right. What does the cafe do? Does it heal you? I, like, don't remember. Oh wait, oh right, that's right. We need to get his parts, which are in the toilet. I think. Heals 10 HP per cup. Oh, okay. That's really weird. I like the idea of that, but implementation, it's like, And this is one of those... I'm gonna be a little bit more critical of this game just because, even in the ways that are problems with the other games, because I want to, like, make a mental note of it and kind of point them out. The fact that you talk to the Navi, and then you have to go all the way to where it's slippery, and then you have to go back to talk to him again, and he's like, oh, can you get my tools? And then you go get the tools, and then you have to go all the way through here again. It's, like, so unnecessary, and it definitely feels like padding. Also, I forget what this heal Navi does. Also something you can get for buying a lot of coffee. We need to get to a certain point first. Okay, I'll wait then. I'll hold off on that. You look like a tough guy. Alright, let's do this. I don't think I got a reg up yet. Also... Wait a second, so we can do this. That was incredible that I didn't lose my full synchro. I fucked up on the air shot, but I am very glad that I didn't fuck up anything else. That's right, these guys are always active. Oh, and they hit. Interesting, wait a second. Can this guy hit me here? Does the cursor only go... Oh, no, it does. Oh, and that allows him to hit all... Interesting. That's really weird. Submem, not bad. Sub-memories are only really useful if you're going to do post-game, though. Which, I mean, I will eventually. That's what I was going to mention earlier. is like we're gonna wrap up BN6, and I think I'm definitely gonna do Renegade Platinum next as like a little palate cleanser. But there is always the option for me. I bet he's somewhere close by, almost like we just talked to him like 5 seconds ago. What was I saying? There's always the possibility of me streaming post-game stuff in like 2, 3, 5, and 6. BN4, I don't really have an interest in playing post-game, but it's also like I have all the standard chips in Red Sun, I have all the double souls in both. I'm on, you know, I'm basically at the end of super hard mode, I think I'm like right at Meteor Comp for Red Sun on super hard. Whereas Blue Moon, I'm still on the second tourney because I got Wood Soul last. But I could conceivably do BN4 post game, I guess, if I really wanted to. But the main thing would be I am interested in doing BN3's post game, and I guess 2 I've already done. I just need to fill out the library in order to get hard mode, I want to say. Aside from the Shadow Navies. Shadow Navies. You mean if in BN4? Or is there something else in BN2 that I'm thinking of? Tool program. Alright, so this is when we go to the toilet. Oh, in BN4. Okay, yeah. Yeah, there's tons of... I mean, there's a ton of post-game stuff I could do in BN4 if I wanted to. Like how he's a plunger on him, it's funny. But yeah, like... It's mainly... I would like to unlock hard mode in BN2, assuming that is still a thing. It should still be a thing, right? Because isn't that the only one besides 4 that has... like a second difficulty? Right, but I already got Hub Soul though, or Hub Style rather. So I've cleared all those guys. I haven't fought base's like further forms. But like when you beat Planet Man and you have to leave in order to trigger his roaming form, or maybe even his second form. BN4 postgame is just replaying 4 times. There's some stuff that's exclusive to, like at the end of Super Hard. Like, because you have that door that leads to Undernet 5, where you need all 6 double souls, and then you have, BN2 has hard mode. That would be kind of fun to do, I think. Whether or not I stream my progress towards it, I'm not sure. But I think it could be fun someday to, like, unlock hard mode on my own time, and then stream it. Sadly, BN3 doesn't have anything like that, but that could be fun. I also thought, like, there's the possibility for, like, challenge runs, especially with the, with, like, the patch cards and stuff like that. Like, you could do an only... you do like a specific double soul only run or something along those lines. BN3 does have the best post game, I would agree. I haven't done that much of it. I mean, I fought Dark Man and Japan Man, or Yamato Man, as it were. Because to get to the Bug Frag Trader to get that last achievement. But there's still like a lot of chips that I need to get to Serenade. But I do want to fight Serenade. Like, that's the thing. I've never fought Serenade, actually. Ever. Because I give up on getting all the chips and shit. Usually. Okay. But I want to check for mystery datas. And, you know what's kind of scary about BN2's post-game is, like, once you fight Planet Man, and you have to leave manually because you can't jack out of World 3 area, is that if you don't have a full energy, like, if you don't have a way to heal up, you could get soft-locked, I think, at base. Thankfully, base wasn't, like, that hard. It was definitely harder than BN1. BN1 base is a joke. But BN2 base, like, you could maybe get soft-locked there. The V5 chips for BN3, yes, that is true. Actually, fighting the Omega forms, that's right. So maybe, I definitely need a break from Battle Network once I'm done streaming this one. But maybe when I'm feeling it, like, in my own time, I'll, like, unlock BN2 hard mode, and then maybe I'll work towards unlocking the BN3 Omega forms, because fighting those guys could be fun for a stream, like a little bonus, you know? And playing through hard mode on BN2 for the first time would be kind of neat to stream too. You played 4.5? I played a little bit of 4.5. I did maybe an hour and a half stream of 4.5 in between 4 and 5 on the channel, but I haven't made my way all the way through it. And I'm not, like, I kind of like 4.5 in a way, but it's also like, I don't know, I'd have to be in a specific mood to want to play more of that. But that is always an option too. I've thought about that too. Like, if I go back to 4.5 and want to stream it, I can make a separate playlist, move that one-off stream over and make that part 1, essentially, and then mess around with the rest of it. Battle Chip Challenge I've not played, though. That's, like, the main one. That's, like, the only Battle Network game I haven't done, except for the mobile games, obviously, but those are long gone. Oh, wait a second. Did I give the tools? God damn it. I got distracted. But yeah, Chip Challenge is maybe an option, even though it's a lot different. And the network transmission, I really just don't care for. I think it's cool to see the characters in 3D models and stuff, but, like, network transmission is, like, as a platformer, I don't think it's very good. Like, it doesn't feel good to play. Oh wait, we have to take it to him in AC/DC 3. Wait a second. My bad. Battle Chip Challenge could also be a good mobile game. Yeah, it could, because it's, like, turn-based, right? Never figured out how to play Battle Chip Challenge. It's pretty strange. Yeah, I've only ever seen, like, screenshots. So I have no idea how it plays either. I should probably... I want to check it out. But you don't think it's as good as 4.5? Or at least for a mobile game concept? I think, because mobile games usually have a lot of different modes, I would be open, because, like, if you've ever played Fire Emblem Heroes, which I've dabbled with, there are, like, so many modes. Granted, they all play like, you know, a Fire Emblem game, but, like, with smaller maps. But there's differences. And so I think it maybe would be kind of cool if, like, the main Mega Man Battle Network mobile game was like 4.5, where it's a little more automated, so you don't need the tactile controls and stuff. But then I think having an additional mode that is like Battle Chip Challenge could maybe be cool. Granted, again, I haven't played BCC yet, but... %ing BCC is almost impossible. You played it religiously, beat everything the game has to offer except for the local tourney navies. Interesting. Why is it 100? Why is 100% impossible? Is it because of, like, they should have included both in the LC? Yeah, that's fair. I'm trying to think. I guess, like, Like, what Mega Man games have not been included in the LC? I guess technically the Game Boy games, like the Game Boy Classic games, weren't included in the classic Legacy collections, so those are missing. Mega Man Soccer, which I think Soccer got a PC port though, and maybe on other stuff, but I remember seeing that. It's like Mega Man Soccer and like another random Mega Man the Fighters, or not? No, that's Sonic the Fighters. It's the Mega Man fighting game, whatever that one's called. Some Navi chips are locked behind BN4's Navi codes. Is that? But I wonder, because I guess if you were emulating it, I wonder if you can sync that up though. You just open 2 instances of MGBA or whatever you use. Oh, chip collecting is a gacha? That is mobile game territory, isn't it? Capcom, get on it. They don't want money, man. I don't get it. Some of their... Dude, it's crazy that all of their franchises are popping off so hard in recent years, but they won't do anything with Mega Man of consequence. What was I saying though? Oh yeah. And then Command Mission, X Command Mission is also hasn't been modernized or like remastered. Local tourneys are a side mode, not necessarily needing another player. Okay, that's good to know. Zero didn't have any spin-offs, right? Like, they had the ZX games and stuff included in the LC. So, yeah, I guess the classic games, we're missing the Game Boy games, and I guess... Oh, we're missing Extreme. Extreme 1 and 2 for the Game Boy. Capcom, I wonder how it would sell, but they probably should just do like a Game Boy LC. Hoping the success of LC spawns a new game. We at least have Chrono X. Yes, that is true. Hoping new Mega Man gets an announcement to build some hype. Yeah, I mean, Mega Man 12 has been patented. That was like a thing, maybe like a year ago. But like, and I like the classic games and all, but like, can we... It's been 5 years since Mega Man 11, and we're just gonna get another classic game? You know, like, it feels kind of lame at this point. But the Battle Network LCs sold really well. Like, they hit 1 million units really quickly. And they might even be past, like, the 1.5 or 2 mil mark at this point, which is crazy. But I am planning, I mentioned this earlier, but I am planning to do a video about what I'd like to see in a hypothetical BN7. Probably next week. That's kind of the plan. Because I need more time to finish some games that I'm playing before I can talk about them. So I need like some other content that I can just whip out there that... And I'm excited to talk about it too. I was brainstorming earlier, and I feel like I'm ready to talk about that. Because I was going to wait until I finished BN6, but like, why do I have to finish BN6? I've played this game before. I know what's here that wasn't in the others, and not much of that has much bearing on a BN7 per se. Waterworks? What's that? Dude, you fought Iceman in BN1. What are you talking about? Last milestone they said was 1.4 mil. I wouldn't be surprised if it's past 1.5. But that's still really damn good. Where does that rank? I don't mean to force you guys to do research, but where does that rank as far as like Mega Man games that have sold? I forget what Mega Man 2 and 11, what their units were actually. Isn't it like... Is it like 3 mil or something? Is Mega Man 11? Or is it more? Seaside Town's theme is treating water with chemicals. Walking with this slowpoke. That's not a slowpoke, dog. That's a delibird. What are you talking about? Not sure. Didn't look into it too deeply. That's got to be like the Battle Network LC has to be the best-selling Legacy Collection. I would bet. What do you think of Star Force? I have not played Star Force in a long time. The long-term plan is to stream those on the channel. Eventually. I would hold out for a Star Force LC, but based on how frequently they release the LCs, I feel like it's going to be at least a couple years, which is kind of annoying. But I like the way Battle Network looks better, because I think that low-poly 3D models just look like absolute shit. So, like, you know, N64 PS1 era, those games look really bad these days. Like, I grew up with that shit, but they look bad. And the DS is the same way. Like, Mario 64 DS, Star Force when you're in battle, some Castlevania enemies are 3D-ish. 3D and New Super Mario Brothers, they all look terrible. Like, they play fine. I don't have any problems with how they play, really, but they look bad. But Star Force, I liked Star Force. Granted, not as much as Battle Network. It's kind of a different thing, but I didn't mind it. The biggest thing for me was I didn't like how you only have 3, like how it's like over-the-shoulder third person, and you only have 3 panels that you can move to instead of 9. You could probably pick up and play SF more than BN. Don't have to worry about codes, yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see. Maybe it's like I've been saying throughout the course of these games, like, Battle Network has some idiosyncrasies that are kind of annoying. And so if Star Force kind of ironed those things out, then I could see that being a reason to, like, just jump in. But man, if they could make a Star Force Legacy Collection, if they could, like, really polish up the visuals in that game, in battle in particular, that would be really cool. You preferred BN. Wish we got more three more BN games instead. I would agree. I mean, I would overall agree. But at the same time, if we think about where Capcom was kind of at around that time, I'm kind of glad that they dropped it. It's just a shitty thing that it's been 20 years almost and we haven't seen any more. You know, if they had put it down for like 5 or 10 and then come back to Battle Network, that might be a slightly different story. But like the amount of Mega Man games that we're putting out in the early to mid 2000s, in addition to like the kind of questionable quality here and there, with certain releases, it's like, it's good that they stepped away, but I'm like, why are they still not doing anything with Mega Man? Like, it's been 20 years basically since that burnout. You appreciate Star Force exists. Star Force may be in the same place as Legends. I've never played the Legends games. Can't say I'm like too keen to. I think those games are contenders for like straight up remakes. Like you do like a Spyro Reignited trilogy style thing with Legends. I think that would be cool. Although I think Toys for Bob should make a Banjo-Kazooie remake first. Like that's like perfect for them. Like do like a Spyro or a Crash style remaster remake, whatever you want to call it, of the Banjo games. But then I think the Mega Man Legends games are they're kind of in that same ilk, right? That PS1 era 3D platformers. Well, I don't know that there's that much platforming, but isn't it like a third-person shooter, sort of? That's like a little bit clunky by today's standards. It's like, just polish that up a little bit, make it pretty, pop them both out in a package for like 40 bucks. I'd buy it. But then again, I would handle a lot of different remasters and ports a lot differently than most companies. Like how I wish that the Castlevania Game Boy Advance games got pixel remasters instead of just ports. Stuff like that. Or like, I think sometimes with Battle Network's case, I think I think Battle Network's case is like these games hold up generally so well that they didn't really need to remaster or change much. I mean, they changed and added pretty much all they could and should have, in my opinion. They added all the Japanese stuff, they added all the patch cards. Like, there's so much good shit in this Legacy Collection that you wouldn't see at first glance. But in other instances, I'm like, I think certain games could use a little bit more of a modern touch-up. Like what Square did with the Pixel remasters, for instance. Whoops. Third-person tank control shooter RPG. Yeah, that's gonna be a... That's a tough sell. Tank controls are a tough sell for me. BN was the most successful offshoot because... Yes, because they mimicked Pokemon in some ways, came out around, yeah, Gen 2, Gen 3. Absolutely. Like, yeah, I mean, I was playing Pokemon and Battle Network at the same time. I got into the series around the same time, as well. And I still want Pokemon to, like, come back and be... Well, not... It's been around. It's still here. That's the problem, actually, is that they won't take a break. But I want Pokemon to, like, be good again, basically. But I'm not holding my breath, whereas Battle Network has kind of mostly stuck around with me. I've taken breaks here and there. Like, I didn't play them very much when I was in college, but... I still have a blast playing these games. But it's one of those things where I've said several times that I think a Battle Network 7 could and should easily be the best in the series. I don't think that there's any reason why it wouldn't be. Aside from, like, maybe the story. But then again, as much as BN3's story I think is the best in the series easily, and as much as that does resonate in certain ways, it's not insurmountable. Like, BN3's story is not outdoable. You know? It wouldn't be that hard to make a story better than BN3's, it's just that for this series, and really just kind of in general, it's a solid, emotional, like kind of shonen arc sort of story. And mechanically, I think it's a no-brainer. You only like the old Pokemon games, just play remakes of Gen 2 and the ROM hacks. Yes, I think DS was peak Pokemon. Like, I've enjoyed... I actually just took down my old Pokemon tier list because I don't think it was a very polished video in a lot of ways, but I'm gonna redo my Pokemon tier list at some point in the near future and kind of go into it, but I have my Pokemon Wasted Potential video, and that kind of airs a lot of my grievances with Pokemon these days. But, yeah, BN3 is the best story by far. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Like, I love 5. And, like, 6 from a gameplay standpoint. 5 is so good. Like, especially Team Colonel. Like, I love BN5 Team Colonel. But the story is, like, kind of not as prominent. I think I like 5 best as like a hybrid between story and gameplay, but I think 3 has the best story, and I think 6 probably has the best gameplay. If I had to pick one. Yeah, what was I saying about Pokemon, though? Yeah, DS was peak. GBA was good. But the only GBA Pokemon game I play these days is Emerald Rogue. Every so often. I have like a little... I have like a retro handheld that I like to play that on sometimes when I'm like watching TV or like whatever. But I don't know, I have a hard time going back to the pre-physical Special Split games, if I'm honest. I love the way Gen 3 looks. I think Fire Red and Leaf Green are the best way to experience Kanto. But there's just something about those games where I feel like maybe I just played them too much. But I played the DS games so much. I want to say my activity log on my 3DS is still accurate. I would pull that up now if I knew where my 3DS is. I think it's in this bin down here. But I want to say, dude, I've got like... Even once the 3DS came out, which was 2011, right? So HDSS came out in America in 2010. Platinum was 2009. I've got hundreds of hours in each of those games on the 3DS, like logged on there. And you can only imagine how much I played before the 3DS came out. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Fire Red definitely has the most ROM hacks, though. Team Rocket Edition, that's one that I don't typically check out like the super big overhaul ROM hacks. I'm more of like a improvement patch kind of guy, like Dreano. I like Dre's hacks a lot. Especially like, I'm gonna stream Renegade Platinum after I'm done with BN6. Because I haven't played that one yet, but I've been making my way through Voltway 2 Redux. And it's so good, dude. Like, because some of Dre's older hacks are a little bit unpolished. Like Sacred Gold Storm Silver is like a little unpolished. It's cool, but Aurora Crystal's gonna be better. I have no doubt about that, because Apex Cubed is also involved. Can I compress right now? I'm gonna test this. BN6 compression. I wonder if it'll let me do this. Also, I don't know. Does oh, it does have a compression code. Okay, let's try this. It might say like, oh, what the fuck? Okay, I don't think I can do this yet. I'll have to do it after the tutorial. Team Rocket is finished. Gives first full Pokemon game. Sorry, full first Pokemon game from Rocket members' perspective. Right, I remember seeing like the Pokemon community or whatever forum post about it. And I am intrigued to check out those types of ROM hacks. I'm not always able to find the time. Like Voltway 2 Redux, I said I'm chipping away at, but that's like, I'll play it like once every other week or something like that for a little bit. But Emerald Rogue is like so good. And it makes me want... Dude, Emerald Rogue is like it's more than a proof of concept, but it does prove that that a Pokemon roguelike works really well. I like it more than just doing a regular Nuzlocke, because I don't really find doing Nuzlocks in like regular Pokemon games that fun. But the Team Rocket thing I might need to check out, because stealing Pokemon does sound like a cool mechanic. That sounds unique. I'm gonna take the download chips for that achievement. Let me look. Special cards. Oh, these are like nuts. Yeah, this shit is crazy. Event cards. Allows you to take on a new request from the request BBS. Are these required for the achievement? Do we know about that? That's the one achievement that I'm like dreading with this LC. This is insane. Lots of money. Bug frags and life aura. Oh my god. Extra quests are required. Okay, then I should activate these then, right? I'll go ahead and activate these. Oh my god, I keep pressing the wrong thing. Alright, I don't need this open anymore. Ah, damn it. Alright, so these are all active. I feel like that's going to be pretty tedious to have to do, but that's like the main thing. And these are just regular patch cards. So many of them. Color Man, what do you have? Oh, this is like all busted shit. But I'm guessing this capacity indicates how much you can have active at once. I still have only 10 megabytes of Regmem. In front of the aquarium. I'm hoping I get one more so I can tag Buster up. That's really my main goal right now. You don't get anything from this thing, right? No. But it is a reference to End City, which is fun. Probably can't go in the shop yet. Nope. Yes, let's go to Seaside. And then what's the deal with the virus battle stuff? Because you have to beat Gold Mr. Prague. Does that take a long time? Because I'm assuming Gold Mr. Prague is like the last virus battle guy, probably. Because I don't remember exactly what that all entails. I put him in the bathtub he just splashed. This reminds me of Yosuke and Teddy from P4. Takes a while, you need to find rare variants. Alright, I mean, it'll allow me to see more of the game, which is fine. I'm like so close to getting all of them. I mean, the only missing achievement I have so far is beating Team Proto Man, but I'm like at the very end. And I'll probably wrap that up once I'm done. Here. Not to mention the last Gold Prague has you fight normal Blast Man with your viruses. That's kind of fun, though. I'm sure it's hard, but that's kind of a neat thing. Oh, it ran away because of what's his nuts. Alright, time for another Beastman scenario, basically. Do I know about the semi-canon games to play? Don't lose or else you have to repeat like 10 battles. Oh shit. Okay. So I gotta take that virus battle shit seriously. You mean semi-canon games in like... in Battle Network, or just in Mega Man in general? Because I've played like... I've at least dabbled with most of like the Mega Man spin-offs even. I haven't fucked around with the Game Boy games, even though people say some of them are good. Because I just don't really like original Game Boy games much. Battle Network. Yeah, I mean I've messed around with Network Transmission. I don't think it's a very good platformer. And then 4.5 I've messed around with, which I might go back to. Battle Chip Challenge. Is there anything else besides that? There's the mobile games, but I don't know that those are... I don't know if those are accessible or not. Because they were made for, like, flip phones. Penguins are so cool, man. What did this say? There are 300 to 400 kinds of sharks in the world. Shark fin soup is a famous food that really has shark's fins in it. Interesting. Alright, this takes us to seaside area. Aquarium HP. Get an HP mem. Panel return for a Geddon. I have 2 unlockers, but I want to use them efficiently. Let's see, BN6, PMD. Here we go. Mystery data guide. Green mystery data, skip that. Purple mystery data. Central area 3, elect sword. Green area. Spin blue is sky area 1. Underground, undernet, graveyard, computers. Snake, guardian, bug fix. Homepages, that's a tornado, that's not worth it then. Oh, I see what you mean. I see. Yeah, 3 blue, 4 red sun, 5 kernel. I would even argue that red sun is canon, but I don't think. I don't know that BN4 matters too much, except for continuity with 6. Like if you play BN4 red sun and then Bowser, then Shuko you don't know who Shuko is in that case. You know what I mean? So like there's a continuity between red sun and Gregor with Mr. Match. Obviously, Mr. Match is present in 1, 2, and 3 as well. But then it's mostly Shuko. That's the main tie. But then like Dingo is Colonel and Gregor, or sorry, Colonel and Bowser. And so if you go Proto Man to Bowser, then it's weird. So that kind of makes me think it's Red Sun, Colonel, Gregor, but Team Proto Man has like. Gustavo and I were talking about this last time at the end of BN5. The way that the very end of BN5 plays out indicates that there's like some interesting implications. I think like how Beryl shows up instead of Wily maybe, or something like that. Which I'll find out later tonight when I finish Team Proto Man, but. Alright, I mean, I'm gonna have to come back here anyway, but I'll grab this blue. Oh, that's the panel return I need for the Geddon. Hold up. But yeah, like Colonel. I do think Colonel is canon. Like Team Colonel is canon because Beryl and Colonel are so prominent in 6. But there is like an interesting. I guess there's interesting implications regardless of which version you play for 5. But I think it hits. I think 6 hits a lot harder if you play Team Colonel, personally, from like a narrative angle. I also prefer it from a gameplay angle, but Proto Man has some cool double souls. My main problem with Team Proto Man is like I don't like playing as a lot of the Navis in the Liberation missions. Have I not talked to someone yet? But what was I gonna say too? Okay, so this isn't like a BN3 scenario where you have to like look at them and read the thing, I think. But yeah, I do think I agree with BN3 Blue. It's kind of off-putting because you have like Mario's overalls hanging up in Yai's house and shit. And I'm like, even though Blue has Folder Back and it has Punk, like technically Blue is like the definitive version because it has more content. I think I still like White better. And I played White first as a kid though, so it's hard to. There's like that slight bias, I guess. Yeah, Blue is just more complete, right, because they had Black version, which was like. It was more like an Emerald. It was more like Emerald to Ruby and Sapphire instead of like Sapphire compared to Ruby kind of thing. show's about to start. Like the Giga Chips in white. I do too, honestly. And like folder back is cool, but it's mostly for PvP. And plus, I want to say that that gets banned from PvP every now and then, too. I wouldn't be surprised if some people ban it. But like Navi Recycle's cool. And I'm trying to remember the other one, but I think going forward, I'm going to just play white version. Because plus, isn't white... Aren't the shops in blue, like, they give you better chips? And so white ends up being a little bit harder in that regard, potentially. But as far as my preferred versions, I would say, like, 3 white, 4 red sun, 5 kernel, and then 6, it remains to be seen because I've never finished Bowser. I think it's going to end up being Gregor because it's the one I played as a kid, but like Bowser is cool. Like I'm interested to see how I feel about it this second time around, because I think I bailed on Bowser like the last time I played it. I think I did like Element Man's scenario and then dropped it for whatever reason. So I never used like the last 2 crosses. Definitely felt that in white when you played it. Chip shop selection differs from how you normally play. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Gregor's cool because it's a callback to BN2. Yes, because it's a callback to Gospel. And that, I didn't play BN2 as a kid. I played 3, 5, and 6 in that order. And then I didn't play... I played 4, I think, for the first time. Maybe I played it a little on GBA, but it was on the Wii U Virtual Console. I played 4 initially. And then 1 and 2 I didn't play until maybe like 2018 or 19 when I streamed them on Twitch. Back when I was streaming on Twitch. In the early days of my streaming days. But, and that was cool because, like, as someone who is familiar with 6 Gregor, seeing Gospel and making that connection of like, oh shit, that's why Gospel looks the way he does, is because it's a retcon obviously, but it's because he looks like this ancient entity on the net that is Gregor, even if Gregor was, you know, introduced in a later game. Which makes me think that Gregor is the canon version also, because Bowser has no precedent there. What was it, Gustavo, were you the one saying it, or was it Space Cowboy who was talking about someone was supposed to have Bowser as like their Psybeast transformation in like the canon of it or something? I don't know if it was Proto Man or if it was like... I don't remember what the specifics were. Oh, Space Cowboy, what's good? In the NT Warrior manga. Okay. Wait, who had Bowser, though? Base had Bowser. Okay. That's kind of nasty, though. Like, that's... Base with a Psybeast? That's insane. That's another thing too, like there's a lot of manga that I want to check out, but I don't have time to like... I barely even watch anime, so it's like, it's one of those things. But I like the Pokemon Adventures manga I want to check out. Oh no, you're good, bro. You're good. I want to check out the Pokemon Adventures manga someday. I want to read Berserk, obviously. That'll probably be the first manga I read if I ever get around to doing that. And then, like, the NT Warrior manga probably piques my interest, and then, like, makes Help feel like a monster. Yeah, I'm interested, because, like, the manga adaptation of, like, Pokemon and, like, the Zelda games are supposed to be really good, actually. Like, someone was recommending the Twilight Princess manga to me when I was playing, when I was streaming Skyward Sword. 2 is your first game, maybe second after 3. Some memorable boss fights like Shadow Man. Yeah, dude, Shadow Man and Mr. Famous Navi from 2 was cool. Yeah, Gate Man. Yeah, good old Gator. Yeah, dude, Shadow Man in BN2 is kind of like he had the impassable ghosts that would go on your side, whereas they kind of nerfed him in BN5. Even though in BN5 you are more versatile. He's maybe faster though in BN5. The aquarium is connected to the town's water system. That is unfortunate. Well, time to go home. Aw, Mick has a soft spot for the penguin. BN5 Shadow Man Omega does have clones on your side, just not constantly. Is it like the BN2 ones where you can't... I mean, obviously if you move into them, they'll damage you, but... Oh, you get them down to critical HP. Huh, interesting. Squawk. Do we go this way? Oh no, we go... I'm gonna go after Mick, that's right. So we go in here. Penguin. Gator. Yeah, I love how Mick is just like doing this the entire time that we're in the aquarium comp. Yeah, we get it, Beastman. We get it. It's basically Beastman again, but water. And not as funny. Gotta get the control room fast. Was there a spare comp that I didn't check over here? Yes, wait a second. Before we do that, oh, I thought... Oh, it's broken, so this is post this. I can tag Buster up now. Hell yeah. Where is it? There it is. You think they're passable, thus causing damage, unlike 2 Shadow Man? Yeah. Hard to say which is worse. I think the impassable ones are probably worse to deal with. Although accidentally stepping into something like that when it damages you is kind of annoying. We don't do that yet. This is good for balance, but not your favorite Navi enemies. I would agree. I think design-wise, even 5, the villain Navis are not my favorite in 5 and 6, design-wise. They've kind of grown on me, I guess. I like fighting them is fine in 5 and 6, but like, well, Blastman is kind of cool to design, but his fight is pretty easy. Well, I guess like Dive Man is an adaptation of a Mega Man 4 Robot Master. 2 also uses Muramasa, which is single-handedly destroy you. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But I gotta say, the worst thing about farming for hub style in BN2 was just the encounter rate, and like not being able to reliably run into those guys. That's something that needs to be fixed in a BN7 for sure. I've got a couple of ideas that I want to present about that. Wait, I thought... Copybot, right? I thought it was... What do I interact with first, though? Must be something we can use so we don't get stung. Or is it... Do we have to go further up first? There's like a weird trigger for this, I think. Maybe not. I know there's a copybot that shows up there, though. Unless it's... No. Where the fuck? Oh, okay. Right, we see Iris. Yeah, very awkward trigger, for sure. That's probably the worst one. That's one of the worst in the series, next to, like, when you have to take the metro in BN1. Or, like, you're looking for mail, and you have to, like, go into the metro, I think, and then leave, and then, like, enter again or something weird to get her to show up. What am I fighting for? I'm gonna keep repeating that line whenever Iris shows up because it's too funny. Like... Oh, piranhas are jumping. And she's gone. Color Man scenario was a bunch of goofy triggers. That's true. Well, to be fair, isn't it Den City? Is that a pun on density? Or is that like just a weird translation thing? I just made that connection. I was like, is it density? Is that like why? Whatever. Doesn't matter. I would agree. Color Man's dungeon is like easily the best one in that game though. Easily. This is the answer. The ultimate power. I think it's so cool getting to run around with Mega Man in the overworld. No random encounters, just Little Boy Blue. Also, that's a reused animation from BN5, Ship Comp. Fun fact. Not so much a fact as an observation, but, you know. Get the ball. Get the ball. Or? It's like... I like how they gave the seal, or sea lion, or whatever, an actual idle animation. Even if... I mean, they just took, like, the top half of him and had it like, shift up and down a couple pixels, but... It's better than the crocs, or the alligators that just sit there. We're making pretty good time. Modern MMOBN series would be cool. That is an interesting idea. I feel like if anything, instead of an MMO, they would do a mobile game with customizable navis. I think, and then have it play kind of like 4.5. But an MMO would be cool. But yeah, I don't know. There's there's so much potential with this series. It's not even funny. Did I just hear why you doing this? Don't say such stupid things. You're the same as that quack director. Finding faults with me show. But I like you. So you'd better listen good. Alright, I'm done with the voice acting nonsense. You mean shellfish land. A guy this shellfish. Get it? Aha. That jacket animation is pretty clean. Another banger. Sunfish. Tropical fish. Piranha. I think we can read them when we bring progs back. I don't think you have to memorize them. Humor's been installed successfully, yeah. Dude, that's how they should... That's a small thing that maybe might not make the cut for a video, but if there's like a new game plus in like a BN7, humor should be installable right off the bat, and it's got there needs to be like dialogue changes like that throughout instead of just when you hit L. That's the way to do it. Alright, I already know what to do. I gotta bring back the progs. Oh, that's right, you can have land look for clues. That needs to be a thing too, is hot swapping between land and or I guess patch and whatever. That needs to be a more reliable thing. Like, you should be able to leave Mega Man in the cyber world and then go to the outside world and leave him where he's at whenever you want. Not just when it says that you can do that in the story, in my opinion. Eating a whole cow. That's piranha, right? I think. Alright, I'm trying to remember... Oh, I forgot they can turn around. That's right. This is actually, this dungeon can actually be kind of frustrating. But I'm wondering if I can get into random encounters with the prog behind me. I'm kind of hoping not. Okay, so... Are they just gonna camp me out? Okay, good. Oh, shit. Okay, I need to just run right away. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, it's the wrong way. Fuck. Oh, wait, we're good. Pretty sure this is piranha. I'm like 99% sure. Because I don't think a sunfish eats a piranha, or eats a cow. Anyone else missed the net scores from 2 and 3? Blue sharks follow sort of, oranges follow a pattern, okay. Yeah, I liked the net squares from 2 and 3, and how they, particularly how you don't have random encounters there. Because I find it awkward getting into encounters on a home page. A stubby tail. Hopefully I don't get cornered. Like, that's the thing. Sometimes you get... Oh, that's bullshit. You can get cornered without any way to, like, counterplay. That's my main issue with this dungeon. It's, like, a cool idea. I like the action-y oriented elements. but there being like minimal to no counterplay is kind of obnoxious. Definitely early for counter. Yeah, let's get this one. Let's go this way this time. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the ass. Nice. We made it. Stubby tail, so we've got tropical fish. I think it's sunfish. I know this from Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing actually taught me quite a bit about like different types of fish. Although it's called an ocean sunfish in Animal Crossing. Maybe there are standard sunfish too, I don't fucking remember. But that, dude, speaking of Animal Crossing, that's a series where I really fell off from like loving Animal Crossing like I did as a kid. Particularly with the Switch one, I felt like it was cool for a bit, but like, I don't know, it didn't stick with me like Wild World or New Leaf did. I played this shit out of City Folk too, because there wasn't much to play on the Wii at the time, I don't think. But yeah, it's one of those where like, I think I just outgrew it. I want to check for mystery datas. I have a feeling there's, yeah, I thought so. I thought there was one that I missed. Oh, I thought it was full charge. I don't have the timing memorized yet, apparently. Nice. Okay, we got it. New Horizons was your first AC game. Liked it a bit because of Stardew Valley. Kind of stopped playing, needed some RPG elements. Yeah, to me, New Horizons obviously... Well, New Horizons was notably lacking content compared to, like, New Leaf, which was the 3DS one. The social thing was annoying because you had to watch a million cutscenes. Not that I was playing much multiplayer. The terraforming and like the customizing your town was cool, but it also kind of lost something by adding that, I think. Like kind of the quaintness and like just kind of... Instead of focusing on the living experience, it was focusing on like just customizing your town. And the breakable items was also a big no-no for me. It got very tedious. And the crafting was also kind of tedious. I liked it, but you needed to be able to craft more than one thing at a time. Like, come on. So that's one blue. But yeah, I don't know, when I was a kid, I had like a fascination with stuff like Harvest Moon. I remember thinking conceptually that it was really cool, and then I would play it, and I was like, I don't really want... It's one of those things where I didn't really... Well, I didn't understand Harvest Moon SNES when I first played it on like the Wii Virtual Console, but even past that... Also, I was not paying attention to which frog this was, so I think I'm gonna get him eaten, ideally on purpose. Come on, come and get him. Come and get him! What are you doing? Eat him. I didn't read the dialogue. But yeah, like Stardew and stuff like that, I don't know, it's just not really my vibe, I guess. Monsieur. It's something from long ago, so you're some kind of extinct fish. Oh, balls. Damn it. What's I gonna say, though? Yeah, I don't know, I find that my... Damn it. I know a lot of people play games to, like, relax, but it's weird because I weirdly find intense games relaxing, kind of. Or maybe not even, like, intense as far as, like, what you're doing, but intense as in, like, the atmosphere and, like, the vibe, I guess. Which would explain why I don't, like, for instance, I don't like P4 more than P3 and stuff like that, where games that feel very, like, not pedestrian in, like, that they're bad or, like, lacking in content, but just, like, have too many everyday kinds of things. Like, I want that, like, fantasy element, you know? The other games I played on handheld were Advance Wars. Advance Wars is something I haven't been able to get into, really. But mostly for narrative reasons. Can you explain more of the lived-in experience from previous Animal Crossing games? Yes. So, I didn't play much of the game... Oh, this is... I think this is, this guy. I'd never played the GameCube version, but that probably is the epitome of, like... You are a stranger moving to a new place. You're like, you know, you're the only human. Of course, you can have multiple people living in your town, but you're the only human if you're playing on a single save file or whatever. And you're the outsider. You know, you don't have as much control, you don't really have any control over what happens in the town. It's just like, you kind of live day by day in this, like, strange fever dream kind of world with your animal neighbors who were more fleshed out in the previous games. In New Horizons, they were pretty one-dimensional, but in like Wild World in particular, which was for the DS, each, like, obviously they have a different personality types that will overlap from citizen to citizen, but there were just a lot more unique interactions to have with your neighbors in older Animal Crossing games. And I'd say that I think giving you full reign over how your town looks and where everyone lives and stuff like that, like, it lost some of that fish out of water kind of feeling in the previous games. Where, like, the older Animal Crossing games feel like a fever dream, straight up. Like, that's a good way to put it, actually. They feel very, like, just strange, whereas New Horizons felt a little bit, like, safe, I guess? Like, kind of clinical, almost. I was not paying attention to what this guy said. Were you guys paying attention to the dialogue? Because I forget what... Was it King Crab or Turtle? It's not a huge deal if I have to redo it, but I don't want to... I don't want to redo it if I don't have to. Oh, I can press L. You're a genius. Okay. Yeah, this is Turtle then. Yeah, that's... See, that's good game design right there. Thousand zennies, that's huge. This early in the game. Guess we roll into Buster. But does that make sense? As far as, like, the difference between older Animal Crossing and, god damn it, and the newer games. And then the main other thing is just, like, the lacking content. Like, a lot of holiday events that were in the base game in previous Animal Crossings just didn't start out in New Horizons, and they didn't even patch. Like, it took way too long to patch a lot of that stuff in. Oh, I forgot these guys can go to corners, but oranges can't. Damn it. Pretty sure there's a mystery data I missed, too. And, like, the variety of furniture and stuff was also not as good. As well as, like, Like, I guess to make up for the lack of furniture item variety, you had the customization stuff be a little more prominent. Where, like, in New Leaf, the customization was limited to... You would get gemstones from breaking the rocks, right? Which was also present in New Horizons. You would take that to Cyrus, the blue sheep, or alpaca, or llama, or whatever. He's a llama, yeah, the blue llama. And he would color your piece of furniture that color. And, like, in New Leaf, you could also place... You were the mayor, and so you could do, like, ordinances where you, like, place a bench in the park, or... Oh, god damn it. But you were very limited in how you can orient furniture outside. It wasn't completely free like in New Horizons. You were gonna make a comparison between Atelier and AC. But you forgot how much emphasis AC puts on daily life. I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it, is the daily life aspect. Wait a second. Oh, that's the warp. I'm pretty sure the prog is over here. I'm getting a little lost in the sauce. Talking too much. Oh, we made it. Sick. King Crab. Yeah, I don't know enough about Atelier or Atelier or however it's pronounced to make any comparisons there. But I'm guessing if you were gonna compare them, then maybe it's like the tone and kind of the vibe of the world is kind of similar. Alright, we got 4 here, right? Yeah. This is the last one. Oh, I like how the color of the background on the skull is different. I never noticed that. Also, isn't that kind of like a spoiler? Because it's clearly the Wily skull, right? I mean, it's just a skull, but it's like... It's Wily's thing. Lizard friends. See, even showing the shark spawn doesn't help me because this place is such a labyrinth that I couldn't tell you... Okay, good, it turned. Lizard friends? It's gotta be alligator. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it, even though I haven't looked at all of them. Nice. I'm gonna make a save. I feel like it's been a minute. Similar vibe, unique characters, with the exception of fighting monsters and packing a bunch of bombs. Yeah, because it's like all alchemical stuff, right? You're like crafting a lot. Alright. That was bad. I should have just ducked into the first alcove. Also, he's clearly the penguin because he's lying about the flying. Dolphin. Penguin was the first one, I want to say. But we get tired of the crafting at some point, but they have a good game loop going. That's good to know. That's a series that I maybe will eventually get around to at least checking out like one entry and see how I feel about it. Because that one's been going on for a while, but a lot of the games I want to say are pretty inaccessible, I think, except for the Ryza ones. Because those are the most recent, I think. Or maybe did they move? Maybe they moved past Ryza at this point. I forget. I looked into it like once, and that was a while ago. Like probably a couple months ago. I should probably be farming for chips more. But I'd rather do that when I have a better folder. $200 Zenny. What do we got here? I'm a whale. You're a dolphin. Yeah, this is the right way. I thought so. Second guess myself. Dolphin, yeah, you're definitely... Wait, unless... Oh, is the other... Wait a second, is the other one killer whale? No, that was right. Okay, good. Or something like that, because... Aren't orcas, like, technically dolphins or something to that effect? They just released The Last Ryza in March. You'd recommend the Dusk trilogy, seeing as that game is very packed with overarching lore. Huh. Okay. Are these what are these all on like Switch, or are they on PC? They're just on like modern platforms. Elephant seal. So that's just the last one. There's definitely a mystery data I'm missing. Those are green. We got M cannon. That's pretty good, actually. M cannon this early is kind of nasty. I cannon too. Wait a second. I have a T in my folder. Yeah, the mock gun or machine gun rather. Let's take a look at this folder real quick. Geddon could be fun. Breaks all empty panels. Oh, so there's no Geddon 1 and 2, it's just Geddon, straight up? That could be convenient for later. Double shot is pretty nice. I'm going to... let me sub out all the somewhat questionable ones real quick. Like these. Fire hit's nice for heat cross. I definitely don't need this many swords. Airshot Thunder. These are all like fine because they're synergistic. It's like an energy bomb, I guess, just for synergy's sake. And plus, double shot can lock someone into the back row potentially. You can't confirm that they're on Steam, but the Modern Atelier are all on Switch. I'd bet that they're probably on Steam too. I've seen some of them at least. That seems like a series that wouldn't lock itself to the Switch, probably, maybe. K, I don't have any Ks. Have any Fs? No, no Fs. Arlond trilogy. Interesting. What's like the main distinction between the trilogies? Aside from like characters, obviously. M. R, no. We'll take the M cannon for sure. Double Beast. Wide Sword Star is not bad. Another White Capsule is not bad. I need 3 more. I kind of like High Cannon and Spreader for now, even though this is kind of alphabet soupy. And the Recovery 30 is pretty bad. Maybe I take these two just for now. It's not ideal, but it's something. Oop. We did it. Elephant seal. Nice. Dun, dun, da, da, dun. Then we get to fight basically Sharkman 2.0. These fish viruses are kind of cool. I like how they're all in sync. It's pretty neat. Do I have any minis? No. After finishing a trilogy, you like what they do. Every trilogy is its own standalone trilogy with different gameplay and characters. Later entries having returned. Oh, interesting. Okay. So they are like self-contained trilogies. That's kind of neat. I like that. Much easier to keep track of than something like Trails, from what I've heard and seen. I'm surprised the pipe didn't get censored in the West. Bum, 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 bum. You save the cannon for later. And I forget if he even ever goes front row. Oh, he does. Alright, that was kind of clean. That was a miss. Oh, this is... that's synergy right there. Alright, you're gonna pop up here, we do that. I'm not gonna be able to hit you with my, Oh, I fucked up. I took one hit. Dusk Trilogy came out after Arlond, so just being able to have the freedom to tackle the entire series whichever which way. Yeah, yeah, like... sometimes you do want to... even if they are disconnected, sometimes you do want to start with the earliest ones, but... I guess it depends, because it allows you to sink your teeth in with a more modern entry, or modern trilogy, and then if you're interested in going back, you're not, like, beholden to feeling pressured, yeah, to start at the very first one. I like that. And it makes the backlog feel a little bit less daunting, too. Like, I always bring up Yakuza, because there's so many fucking Yakuza games, and I'm sure they're great, but it's like, shit, man. It's like such a steep entry point to like get to the latest entry. And that's one, it's a series that's so narrative focused that I wouldn't want to just jump on with a newer one, you know? Like maybe Like a Dragon just because it's a new character and stuff, but even then I'm like, I know there's callbacks to the earlier games too. But I'll get to it soon enough. Surprisingly, my backlog is not... It's actually trimming down because I'm very picky with which games I'm really wanting to tackle. And I'm sure some stuff will get added that already exists at some point. But it's like I'm trying to prioritize certain series. Like, I want to finish playing and replaying the Fire Emblem games that I haven't talked about on the channel before getting into Trails and, like, stuff like that. Like, I'm gonna wait for the Mario RPG remake to jump into the Paper Mario games, which I've never played entirely. Although I'm probably just gonna play the first 3. Unless I get really sucked in and really want to play Sticker Star for some reason. Just throw your PET at him. Like you did with Tsuneyama. Ryza could be good to get in the mood and vibe of Atelier. However, I think they omitted some quality of life things. Progression has some problems. I'll probably do some research if I want to pick a trilogy to start with. I'll look into it. Like, I usually am pretty thorough when it comes to getting into a new series of like what are the best entry points, what are the kind of the distinctions between entries and stuff like that. I like penguins. Have I said that already? Well, too bad. They're cute. Look, as much as I was shitting on this game's early game story, this penguin thing is pretty cute. What? Is Mick like... Oh. I was gonna say, is Mick like... brain dead? But it was to not get plotted to follow them. Progression is not an issue with the narrative. Just found yourself crafting so much that you just spend several sessions crafting. I see. Not really required, but you want to be stocked. I feel that. Yeah, it's yeah. I get that. And I mean, I don't know if there's also like level grinding on top of that potentially, but I know like. With RPGs, like, there's usually some sessions where you're just grinding. And that's okay sometimes. I'll throw on a podcast or whatever and just do it. But when you're doing that, like, super, super often, it can definitely get to you. I like how he keeps talking shit, and then we never net battle him. Ever. This is very BN3. Like, very, very BN3. Except for the fact that he comes back. He doesn't just, like, leave the organization. It's a really good loop. Haven't had issues with level grinding. It's possible to craft a unique kind of bomb every time you craft it. Interesting. I'm definitely intrigued. Maybe I'll wishlist some of them. Because usually when one game goes on sale on Steam, the rest of the series is usually on sale too. So I'll just like wishlist one in the instance that it goes on sale, and then at that point, I'll dig through and like see what I want to pick up. Eureka. Eureka's Navi's body has been customized by the good doctor. Is Circus Man a robot master? Shouldn't it have been Clown Man? Why was it not Clown Man? EXE. I find that odd. But whatever. Oh, you went to the aquarium? I like how Lan's dad is actually, like, around. Oh, they have different endings? I mean, it depends on how it's handled. Like Sea of Stars, which I just, you know, kind of more or less binged over the past week and a half or whatever, has a true ending thing, and I didn't mind. Like, I don't mind the concept of true endings. It's just a matter of like how much do you have to do to acquire it. Like Arkham Knight, that's too much, especially for how minimal the ending of Arkham Knight, like the true ending, was really. Oh, as you go through the trilogy, the games assume, okay, they assume you got the true ending, so I guess they base certain story beats or character progressions or whatever on the true ending. That makes sense. But I think that's a good place to stop next time, because I want to make sure I have enough to do for next time. I want to say next time is going to be through Judge Man, but I'm going to look at a walkthrough and just like kind of plot it out to kind of figure out a way, because I want the streams to be somewhat equal in length. I don't want them to be like, you know, a 3-hour one, then like a 1 hour, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think Circus Man is a Robot Master either. That's why I find it odd, because there's no Clown Man EXE, right? So I feel like it should have been Clown Man. Circus Man's a bit backtracky, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it was just Circus Man this time, and then Judge and Element the next time. Something like that. I'll figure it out. I should probably like write it down in a document or something.